Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Survival English. On behalf of the program Colombia Nos Une, Cancillería de Colombia, the Embassy of Colombia in Houston, Texas, and Centro Cultural Colombo Americano in Cali, here we are, Monday, 5 p.m., ready for this section 29, believe it or not, of Survival English. Remember, we are always here, for you, sharing different activities and different, you know, things about learning English. All right, we're going to have what I expect is a great class today. So thank you, Lina, for saying hello, and welcome everybody. To this your English class. Remember, we have different levels. All mixed here. All right. Rafa, good afternoon. Diego, Pamela, Astrid, Rafa, very nice to see you again. You are a usual one, and that's great. Paula, Andrea, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you are doing very well. Okay. John Freddy, good afternoon. All right. Remember, I was saying that if this is your first time, relax, don't worry. Okay. Some people said, oh my God, this is all in English. Yes, it's our English class in English. Okay. We sometimes, make some exceptions and say some things in Spanish, but this is an English class. Okay. So, Juliet, I think Julie Aida. Hello, Diego. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Pamela, you know. And so invite your friends to the class. This is every Monday, 5 p.m. Colombian time. At least that we have a holiday. We are always here, sharing with you some English learning. And that's the idea, all right? Sonia, I already said hello to you. Sonia, Angela, Carol. All right. Welcome and let's start. Okay. Hello to everybody who are joining us from different places, everywhere. All right. So I'm doing all right, Milena. Thank you for asking. Yeah. And by the way, Paula, good afternoon to all of the students here. I mean, we celebrated Mother's Day yesterday. So if you are mothers, happy day. Okay, a little bit late, but anyway, okay, this is my chance to say happy day to you. You are beautiful, and I hope you had a great time, with your families. All right, Angela. Good afternoon as well. So let me tell you what we are going to do. Let me tell you what we are going to do today. Okay. Remember, we are doing this on behalf of Cancillería de Colombia and the program Colombia Nos Une, the Embassy of Colombia in Houston, Texas, and Centro Cultural Colombo Americano, inglés y mucho más in Cali, Colombia. All right. So let's start, and let's practice some English. We have an hour and time flies. Jeff, good afternoon. And Angela and Street, you are very welcome, Street. So, are you ready? Yes, I know you are ready. All right. Remember that we always have in our classes 3 different moments. Okay. From time to time, I will make and modify some things. I don't want you to get bored, for the ones who are usual suspects. All right. There are other people who are here for the first time, so it's good to explain. These are the 3 things we are going to do today in class. Number 1, our review. And we are going to review the concept of voice and unvoiced sounds in English. All right, we're going to talk a little about that. We have talked about that in previous sessions and how important it is to know what a voice sound and an unvoiced sound in English is. We're going to do a little activity. We always have our activities. We already learned, like 2 sessions before, what comparative adjectives are. Today we are going to use superlative adjectives to talk about a number 1 in a category. Okay? And finally, we will discuss a topic that some people have asked me about, and is the differences between American and British English. So we're going to do a little activity, or I'm just going to introduce a little bit of that. Okay. Let me say hello to Lujedi and Margarita. Good afternoon. Okay. And ready? Are you ready for this? I know you are. So one thing. Remember, These classes are recorded. If you want to go over this material, you can go to the Facebook page of Colombianos Une, and you are going to find there, or you're going to write on the magnifying glass search. You're going to write English classes, and you might get there, where you want to go. Okay. And remember to invite your friends. If you have a friend who speaks some English or a little English, I'm sure the person can learn something here. If you had friends who speak a little bit more, so they are also welcome, to join us. Okay. Mr. Miss Mary, Ida. All right, Ida is ready. Ida is always ready. And Rosa, good afternoon. I hadn't seen you. Jose David and Marlene. Marlene, you have a question? You say, teacher. Maybe if you have a question, remember that you have questions, you can drop your questions on the comments. That's the way with Maria. Nice to see you, Maria. You are a usual suspect as well. Okay, good. So, hello, Myra. All right. And Mariela. Okay, so ready. Let's do this. Let's talk no more. Okay. So, this is something that we have studied before, the use of voice and unvoiced sound. I'm just going to introduce the concept again so you can refresh your memories. I mind that you already know what I'm talking about. We have voice sounds that are the sounds that need a vibration to be produced. Like, for example, the ones that we have on the screen, the, the, there is a vibration there. Okay, good, to be pronounced. And we have unvoiced sounds that are these ones, not many, that they don't need a vibration to be produced. Like, for example, there is no vibration. So we have voice vibration and voice no vibration. We know this. And we discussed that these concepts are good for different reasons. And one of the reasons is that you can improve your pronunciation of the pronunciation of S if it sounds like an S or a Z vibration. And we said that if the last sound before the S, in this case T, P, K, F or GH, if the last sound, before the S is unvoiced, the pronunciation of that letter S is S. No problem. Okay? That's something we discussed last class. I'll make a little parenthesis to say hello to Mariela. Hello, Mariela. And Mr. Fernando Zanauri. Okay? Thank you for being here, guys. All right. And if the last sound before that S is voiced, like, for example, the examples that we have here, the sound of that S is Z, vibrated, like logs, tubes, beds, moves. There is a vibration in that S. With this, I think we don't have any problem. We have already talked about it. We have already practiced, and it's time to do this review. Okay, so let me see if you are ready. Okay, S or Z. All right, no vibration or vibration. So what I'm going to give you now, guys, is a classification exercise. I have some words, I'm going to show you the words, and there in your houses, you are going to classify these words into S or Z. If the last S in that word sounds like an S or like a Z. Vibration, no vibration. And how are you going to do that? Suggestion, because I'm going to give you some time to do that. You have to check the last sound before the S, and you have to ask yourself, is it voice or unvoiced? And in that way, you are going to be able to do this exercise. I hope that you understand the exercise. It's a classification exercise, okay? Classification exercise. I'm going to give you the words, and you are going to classify them into two groups. Let's see if you can do it, okay? Because this is review. And if you are here for the first time, I hope you understand the concept. Okay, I hope you understand. Anyway, the review helps you understand the concept. Okay, here we go. I hope you are ready. And we have the two categories. Remember, yeah, and voice or voiceless sounds like an S, or voice sounds like a Z vibration. You are going to classify in these two categories. What are you going to classify? Ah, let me show you what you are going to classify. And then I'm going to give you like 1 minute, 2 minutes. No, 1 minute is a lot of time. But you guys are incredible. I don't think that you need 1 minute. But anyway, I'm going to give you 1 minute. And you are going to classify those words there. And then we'll check together. Okay? Thank you, John Freddy, for that. Okay. It makes the word to me, bro. Okay? Because I know you're paying attention. That's good. So, the words are, on this, we have 5 words and we have these 10 words. So you are going to classify these 10 words in these two categories. Okay? So I'm going to give you a minute of silence. Remember, identify the last sound before the S and ask yourself, okay, is this voice or unvoice or voiceless? You know, voice or voiceless, and you are going to be able to do the exercise. So I'm going to give you a minute. Okay, Danny, your question is, what class is this? You mean the number? You mean the content? Can you clarify your question, Danny? Okay, so you are thinking, you are classifying. Yeah, for example, in the first word, the sound of Y, you know, so is that a vowel sound? A vowel sound is voice or voiceless. Okay. Okay, I can see some answers. I can see Liliana, thank you. I can see some answers. Liliana says that the first word is Z. Okay, good. And she also has like the second on the other side. Okay. Aida has 2 words for the voice category. Thank you. Street at, another word. Thank you, guys. Liliana, another word. Thank you, Lily. You know, good. I like it. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to give you 20 seconds more. I can see some answers, and that's good. And then we are going to check together, and we'll discuss. We'll discuss, okay? Yeah. Thank you, Maria. Good. I love that. Mariela, I think that's right. Is that right? L? Oh, is that vibration in L or no? Good. Very good. Okay. Marlene. Very good. Very good. 10 seconds more. Aida, you got 4 for the voiceless category. Thank you. Thank you, Aida. Liliana. Very good. I'm just keeping in record of your answers, guys. Excellent. Excellent. 5 seconds more. 5 seconds more so you can check. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's check. I got Monique. Good afternoon. That's good. Liliana, thank you for your answers. And Maria, thank you for your answers. Let's check. And what I want you to do, now that we are going to check, I'm going to show you the answers and we are going to discuss. We're going to discuss the whole thing. Okay, good. I want you to check yourself in your answers and say, okay, because we have 10 words there. If you are able to classify the 10 words correctly, that means that you actually got this very well. Okay, if you do 8 out of 10, that's not bad at all. That's great. I have to tell you. Okay, even 6 is good. 6 is a good answer. 6 out of 10. If you do less than 6, 4, 3, well, maybe we need to check this again. And remember that this class is recorded in the Facebook page, so don't worry about that. Here we go. Here we go. Let's check. Monique, good afternoon. I say good afternoon. Thank you, Maria, Rafael, Aida, Sonia, Liliana, and the rest for the answers. Let's check it out. Check yourself, guys. Check your answers. Okay, here we go. So, in the in the voiceless category, we have in the voiceless category, remember, that means that these words, the last sound is a voice or voiceless, okay? And the S sounds like an S. We have four words in the voiceless category: drinks, crabs, grabs, and spores. Okay? Yeah? That means that the sound of K is voiceless. The sound of B is voiceless. Yeah. The sound of F, PH, is voiceless. And T is voiceless. So we have these ones. Okay? Good. I hope you are, checking and I'm not making any mistake. Yeah? Ooh, Liliana, good afternoon. All right, good. Yeah? And I see that some of you were right with this. Okay, good. Yeah? Very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, good. And now let's check the sounds that are pronounced like a Z. Okay, and we have this. Yeah, and we have says, dreams, knows, loves, wears, and calls. Okay, all these sounds, that S is pronounced like a Z. Okay, and that means that the sound of the vowel M, W, V, R, and L are voice sounds. Okay, and if you got these 10 like they are there, well done, guys. Very, very well done. Okay, pronunciation is something that you need to work on. You need to be conscious, of this kind of things to improve your pronunciation. All right, good. I don't know what your emoticon means. It means yes, I did it well, or I don't want to see the answers. I don't know. Okay, good. I hope you got some straight answers. Remember, 10 out of 10, great. 8 out of 10, very good. Okay, even 7 out of 10 is good. Okay, I got that means that we need to review. If we did less, 5, 3, it means that we need to review this a little. I will be talking about voiceless and voice sounds in future classes because there are more things that we need to keep in mind when using this, okay, for pronunciation. For example, for the pronunciation of the past tense, regular past tense, we need this concept. Okay, so don't worry. There's always room for improvement. Okay, very good. Well done, guys. Okay, and we are going now to our topic of class today, our main topic of class today. Okay, if you don't have any questions at this point, if you have a question, you can drop your question right now, and I will be glad to answer if you have any questions about this, what I'm talking about here, or something that I said, this is not clear to me. Even though you can always, as I said, go to the Facebook page of Colombiano Sune and you can, check the information there. Okay, good. So no questions on the comments. That means we can go ahead with our topic today. 2 classes ago, we discussed the use of comparatives. Jason. Well, this program actually is used by the embassy, and this is called StreamYard. StreamYard is a professional program, I guess. StreamYard, STREAM YARD, YARD. All right, thank you, Jason, for your message. Okay, so here we go. I was saying 2 classes ago we talked about comparative adjectives. And I don't know if you remember, we said comparative adjectives are used to compare 2 things when you want to talk about the differences of 2 things. Yeah. And we discussed the use of different comparative adjectives, and we discussed also the formation of comparative adjectives. You are missing an E, stream, Jason, STREAM. Stream there, you're streaming. StreamYard, and all together. All right, good. So here we go. Today we are going to talk about differences, but not between 2 things. And that's the topic of our class today. Superlative adjectives. Superlative. Does anybody know the meaning of superlative? What does superlative, when you say that something is superlative, what does that mean? If somebody knows. Streaming, no, but stream, Diego. Stream, no, ing. Stream jar. Very good. Okay, so anybody knows what superlative is? Superlative. What does it mean? Ida is writing more than. A more than would be comparative. More than comparative. You know, Willie is more whatever than whatever. Jason says, oh, Jason got it. Okay, good. Richard says, the max. Thank you, Richard, for that. The max, maximum, max. You know, Anderson, like better is comparative. Superlative is the max. I think Richard, you know, with that explains well this. You know, uh, superlative means that something or someone is number one in a category. Number one in a category. And I know that some people are writing est must. Yes, yes, that's what we're talking about. Anderson, almost correct, because that's correct, but partially. Est ending, Jason. Very good. Top, Ida, thank you. I like that. Top, number one in a category. Number one in a category. Anderson, I'll tell you in a second what you are missing, or you are going to tell me what you are missing when you see what I'm going to explain. So this is what I'm going to explain. Okay. So again, comparatives compare two nouns. Superlative compare three or more nouns. Okay. Why? Because you are indicating that something is number one in that category with two or three more. Okay, and it talks about how different people are. You are going to talk about number one tennis player. You use a superlative. You are going to talk about number one teacher. You use a superlative. No, I'm just kidding. You are going to talk about number one president. You use a superlative. Okay, good. If you are going to talk about places, compare three or more places, you are going to talk about number one in the category of places, you use a superlative. Number one, big city, you use in Colombia. Number one, beautiful place. So you use a superlative, all right, for that, to talk about that. Or to talk about a thing. You know, number one item of clothes in your closet. You know, the one in the category of expensive or the category of beautiful. I don't know, whatever. So for that, you use a superlative. I like, thank you for people who are participating. Richard said, for example, Superman. Superman is superlative, you know, he's the best. Very good. Carol said the first in X type, or his type, or her type, or whatever. The first in a category, you know. Jason writes a little explanation there, yes. Number one soccer player, thank you. For example, Carol says, Bogota, best city, number one in the category of good. Number one in the category of good. Oh, we can five, Carol. We can five. Okay, good. Yeah. Liliana said number one in the category of big, you know. So she says Bogota. Maybe that's true. I cannot fight that. Okay, good. So I think you got it. You got it. Okay. And as we did with the comparative, we are going to talk about the superlative and the rules for the superlative. Okay, good. Let me explain this to you. We have here, she's the tallest girl. Okay. And if I have a sentence like this, you can see that the superlative is there, but this sentence is not complete. And this is something that is a very common error in speakers, you know, second language speakers, when you are describing number one, that sometimes we describe number one, but we don't say the category. And if we don't say the category, Is not correct. Okay, so if I say she's the tallest girl, I don't have a complete sentence, you know. But if I give a group, you know, or I give a category, she's the tallest girl in the group, now this superlative, the tallest, okay, now this superlative is correct. I have to talk about that category. Anderson would say in the school, that's great. Or in my family, that's a category. Okay, good. Yeah. So I need, Anderson, thank you for your example. She's the tallest girl in the school. That would be a correct statement. And Anderson, that's why funniest is not correct. You cannot say funniest. You have to say the funniest. The funniest. And remember, this depends on the context, no? Because you will say, oh, but Willie, if I'm talking to a person and I said, hey, who's the best student in your class? And I said, oh, Maria is the best. I don't say the category. Because you are using a contest. Okay? In the contest, you understand that it's in the class. Okay? So I hope this is clear. Remember, I want to put it really clear. If we don't have the category, the superlative is not correct at all. Okay, but if we have the category, so now we have a good statement. And this is what I'm here for you, to polish those little things. All right, very good, very good. Okay, yeah, thank you, Jason, for you at the school, in the school. You can use both depending on the situation. Okay, prepositions in English are tricky, and they need lots of study. Okay, here we go. So let's go over the syllable thing. The rules are very similar to the comparative. Okay, if you have one syllable adjectives, so you add the and est. For example, the superlative of short would be the shortest, and the superlative of big would be. Oh, John, thank you for that. The superlative of big would be anybody. Either remember the. I need the. Okay. I want you to keep in mind that the superlative goes together with the. Okay. The biggest, Anderson, very good. The biggest, and you go with a double G there because it's a short adjective with consonant, vowel, consonant. The biggest. All right, very good, excellent. The biggest. Bien, good, John, Jason. Thank you very much. Good, and we go like that for two-syllable adjectives that finish in Y. And I know you know the drill. So what would be the superlative of these two examples that we have on this? Maria, thank you for the example. That's a good one. Myra, hungriest. I prefer Ida, the hungriest. Yeah, the hungriest. All right, good. Yeah, and the noisiest. Very good, guys. And remember that we would use this to talk about number one in a category. Yeah. Um, Alejandro is the noisiest neighbor in my block, for example. So I'm talking about number one in a category that is the category of noisy. All right. For example. Okay. Yeah. Ivan, again, the noisiest. Don't forget the. Okay, if you don't use the, you are not using it right. Okay, and in a moment we're going to do a little practice. Okay, and you will see what I'm talking about. All right, good, yeah. So the noisiest. Very good, Myra. Very good, guys. And the last rule that I know you all remember is when we have two or more syllable adjectives. Good, and we basically use the must, and we have modern, two-syllable adjective, and expensive, three-syllable adjective, expensive. And the answer for these two would be. Thank you, Jason. That's a great example. I don't think your dog is the, well, it may be in your blog because I think my dog is the hungriest dog in basically in the universe, my dog. Okay, good. So the most modern, we have Ida, Myra. Thank you, Myra. Very good for the correction. Carol, the most modern, the most expensive. Yeah, good. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Jason says Medellin is the most modern city in Colombia. Okay, maybe he's right. Yeah, all right, good, good. Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, good. All right, good. So we have there the most modern and the most expensive. All right. And I see you guys are writing examples there, and that's exactly the way you do this. Remember, comparatives, two. You compare two things. Okay. Because it's bigger, because it's more expensive, because it's more beautiful. Superlative, you are talking about the top one, the highest, the Superman. All right. Good. Yeah. Number one. All right. So I think it's kind of clear. Very good. Yeah, no, Jason, I'm being serious about my dog. Okay. Rosa, excellent. And Mariela, the most modern, the most expensive. Okay, good. Very good. Okay. So we have some exceptions as usual. And the three exceptions that we discussed with the comparatives, they are here for the superlative. And I know that you guys know these three exceptions. So I like to know if you can tell me these three exceptions, okay? So we can do a little practice about this, all right? I'm so just waiting for you guys here. Carol, you got one. Ida, the. Okay, thank you, Ida. The. All right, Carol, very good, very good. Okay, let's see what we got. Julie, you got the best. Ida, you got the second one. Very good, Ida. The worst. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Very good. The the worst. Excellent, Ida. Very good. Okay. Rosalvira says the best. Okay, that's one. Jason has an example. Thank you, Jason. I love that you guys write your examples. Riocha has the best beach I ever saw. I have ever seen. Okay, Jason. Yes. I never been to Riocha, but I heard it's beautiful. I heard it's beautiful, so I think Liliana in Spanish said welcome. Okay, we have a person here from the Consulate of Colombia in Houston. Thank you. That's great. Remember, they are sponsoring this activity. So that's great. Thank you for being here. Okay. The worst. Okay. Ida says the forest. I don't know. I don't know, Ida. We'll see. Let's check. Oh, Rosa. Rosa, comparative, no? That's a comparative, you know? Hmm. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. Let's check. For good, we have this exception that is the best. Okay. And you can talk about the best in a category, the best city, the best restaurant in your city, the best soccer team, whatever. All right, good. Yeah. For bad, we have the worst. And we do exactly the same with the worst. Okay. And for far, oh, Anderson, good, good. Bibi, thank you. Thank you for your answer. Okay, the bad changes to the worst. Okay, good. All right, good. And we have for far the farthest or the furthest, with that you can use. Okay, yeah, good. So I don't know. You can ask yourself, what's the best soccer team in your city? What is the best disco in your city? Okay. What is the worst, movie you have seen in your life? Or what is the farthest place you have traveled to? You know, I mean, that's the way you can practice this, talking a little about those, you know, uh, number ones in a category that you have visited. Okay, good. Yeah. So we have the exceptions, we have the rules. Don't forget that. I'm sorry, I'm going back a little. Don't forget the rules with the number of syllables. We have the exceptions and we have the practice. Now is your turn. Now you can try. Okay, good. So I'm going to give you just a couple, just a couple of sentences to do. I'm going to show you the picture, the adjective, and you are going to write a complete sentence. And remember, as we need a category, you can think of the category, you can invent it. All right? Yeah? Good. So we are going to have, for example, here, eh, Medellin, Cali, and Pasto in Colombia. No? Let's make it a little more international. Yeah, good. We have New York, Houston, and Chicago. We have three cities, and we have the adjective cold. So you will have to make a sentence with that, talking about number one in a category. Okay. All right. So the category in this case would be cold. That's what we are going to do. So I hope you understand. Okay. Ooh, for example, Jason knows the Patagonia, that is the farthest place he has traveled to. All right. Good. I like to go there. I haven't been to Patagonia, yet. Not yet, but I will. Okay, good. So here we go. Here we go. So ready, steady, go. All right. So we have this picture here and we have the category small. We have the category small. What would be that sentence that talks about number one in a category, using these three animals we are looking at on the picture? All right. We have a dog, we have a mouse, we have an ant. All right. So here we go. Ida says that Chicago is the coldest in the United States. Okay, from the three, I don't know in the United States, but that's a cool statement. So what about this one? Alexander. Ooh, Alexander has a complicated statement, no? Yeah. Alexander says, and I want to read this: the ant is smaller than the mouse, which is true. Yeah. Good. Yeah. The mouse is smaller than the cat. Yes, but you are not talking about number one in the category. The ant is the smallest animal, okay, in the world, Jason? I don't know. Hey, Bibi, the ant is the smallest animal of the three. Oof, I like that, Bibi. Yeah, it's the smallest in this group. Ida, very good. Diego, good, but you are comparing, not talking about superlative, okay? The ant is the smallest animal. John, again, where? What is the group? What is the category? Yeah. Rosa, check the spelling of ant, but Sandra, that's good. That's correct, but that's a comparative. You are comparing two, and we need the three. Okay. Sule, if you are using only the mouse and the dog, it's a comparative. Okay. Anderson, the ant is the smallest animal in the group. I like it. I love it. Anderson, very good. All right. Joanna says the rat is between the cat. That's good. That's a good statement, Joanna, but you are not expressing comparative or superlative, but it's a good. Okay. Maya, the cat is the biggest in this group. Yeah, you're doing the opposite. Biggest with double G. Okay. Jason got it. Okay. The ant is the smallest between the mouse and the ant. Is the smallest between. I'm not sure about that, Alex. I wouldn't use between. The ant is the smallest in the group, I would say, of the three. I don't know. Yeah. Rosa, very good. Very good. Okay. And here is what I want you to practice and keep in mind, because as I said before, one of the main, because the concept is not difficult. Superlative, comparative. Okay, I understand. Superlative, number one in a category. Comparative, only two. Okay, I got it. But sometimes we forget the details. The ant is the smallest animal of the three. That's the group. It's so important, okay, to say that. All right, because in that way, I am really talking about, what is the category there. All right, good. Lina, the mouse small compared with the dog, but the ant is smaller. Okay, that's good for comparative, but no number one in the category. Okay, Joanna, you just arrived. Okay, welcome. Anyway, I hope you can catch up. Okay, Rafa, the ant is the smallest, not very smallest. You don't use that quantifier there. Okay, remember, it's the smallest. Okay, good. So the correct one would be something like this. a street, I would go for your sentence. It's very good. It's very good. Yeah. Something like this. The ant is the smallest animal of this group. The ant is the smallest animal of the tree. The ant is the smallest animal, in this category, and whatever. Okay. Super. Very good. Very good, guys. And what about another one? Let's see, because I think you got it. We have these three items. We have some pants, we have a shirt, we have some chores, and we have the price. And I'm giving you the category. So I'm waiting for your answers. I'm waiting for your answers. That this is just a matter of practice. Okay, it's just a matter of practice. Okay, so let me see. Okay, okay. We have Maida. The pan. Remember, pants is plural. Okay, and if you say the most expensive, we need to say the category. David, cheap would be the opposite of expensive. I would go for that, but the spelling is incorrect. Okay. Anderson, the pants are the most expensive something in the store. Okay, are the most expensive piece in the store. Yeah, the pan is okay. Remember, pants. We're talking about pants, plural, or jeans, plural. That is a concept. Yeah, that we have to catch up. With. Okay. Good, Lina, but plural. Ida, excellent. I would say the pants are more expensive than the shirt. Well, good, Ida, but it's comparative. Remember, we're talking about number one. Number one. Okay. Baby, the pants are the most. The. Tricky. Little details. Little details. Jeans are the most expensive cloth of the three clothes at the store, Jason. I like that. Okay, good. Yeah, very good. The pants are the most expensive of the three items majorly. Please read the comments of your partners. It's great. It's great that we can pick up, good English from each other, because this is all about that. Okay, great, guys. Remember the little details. The jeans are the most expensive item in the store, or the jeans are the most expensive item out of this three, or in this group, or in my closet. The jeans are the most expensive item I have in my house. Whatever. I mean, the limit's the sky. Yeah. So great, very good, Alexander. Excellent. David, depends. The pants are the most expensive. No, David, you cannot compare with a superlative. Guys, thank you, David, for your statement. It's great because in this way we practice. Alonso, the jeans are okay. Joanna, the chores are excellent, but cheap. The superlative is no most cheap, and you need the. Good. I see there are some questions about always the most expensive, the biggest, the most beautiful, whatever. We use all the time the. Okay? Yeah? Good. Okay. Thank you, Alonso. Thank you for your message. All right. So I hope it's clear, you know. And then my question, I always ask this question is, how are you going to practice? How are you going to practice? And there are different ways. And I'm going to give you a suggestion. Think about your belongings. Think about the things that you have. And think about some categories. Categories like the most beautiful, the most expensive, the cheapest, yeah, the largest or the biggest or the tallest, and then think about your contest. Okay, who is the tallest person in my family? In that way, you can practice. What is the most expensive cloth, clothing item I have? Yeah. Uh, Alex, thank you for that statement. My car is the most expensive possession that I own. My car is the most expensive possession I have. And I would sound a little more informal. All right, good. But that's great English, Alex. Thank you. So that's the way I think you can practice. Yeah, that's the way. You can. How can I say that? Appropriate. This knowledge. All right. Thinking about number ones of one category in your contest. Yeah. For example, Bibi is going to practice taking the boyfriend to the store. That's great practice. And you ask him to buy the most expensive, watch in the store for you. That's good. Okay, good. So practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Okay. Remember, um, compare two things with a comparative. Compare three or more things, talking about number one in a category, with a superlative. Okay, good. Yeah, very good, very good. What is the most beautiful place you have visited? All right, good. What is the most delicious food you have tried or you have eaten? All right, yeah. What is the most difficult language to learn? It's not English. Maybe it's Spanish. All right, good. All these things. Ask yourself these questions. Next class, we will practice with one of these questions. We'll do a trivia quiz about these questions, okay? All right, very good, very good. Let's keep on going. Always, last part of the class, we have our pronunciation activity. The pronunciation activity of today, maybe you'll say, well, but it's no pronunciation. It's a mix. Some people have asked me and said, hey, why don't you talk a little about some differences between American and British English? All right, good. And I said, well, that's a cool topic. Some of you, have traveled to the United States. Some of you lived in the United States. Some of you have traveled to Europe. You have friends who, might have a British accent or American accent, and this is a cool topic. And there are many things. Yeah, it's the biggest country to produce coffee. Okay, it's the biggest producer of coffee around the world. That's good, Joanna. Thank you. Good thing. Oh, the most expensive food you have tried, David, is lobster. Good. Lobster is delicious, expensive but delicious. All right, here we go. So there are different differences between American and British English. Not only the pronunciation, not only that, there are different things, okay? And one thing is the vocabulary. There are words in American English that you normally don't use in British English. There are different words. Today we're going to study some, all right? The most common, but there are more. All right, good. Auxiliary verbs. There are in American English, and we know this, we have different auxiliary verbs. We have will, might, may, you know, um, don't, do, all these auxiliary verbs. In British English, some auxiliary verbs are unnecessary, believe it or not. Okay, so that's another difference between, American and British English. Okay, good. Something else, spelling. There are some words that are very similar in American and British English, but they are spelled differently. Believe it or not. I'm talking about spelling, the past tense of the verbs. There are many past tense of verbs that are differently spelled, like, for example, dream in American English, ed, in British English, dreamt. And the pronunciation, goes different. So these four are the main differences between American and British English. All right, yeah. And the pronunciation of some words in American and British English is different as well. So we are going to talk about that. David, American slang terms are different. I would say that slang in general, and thank you for mentioning that, David. Slang in general is different in different regions in any language. I mean, people who are from New York, they have a different accent and a different expressions, slang expressions, that people who are from, let's say, let's go to the other side, from Salt Lake City, yeah, Salt Lake City in Utah. They have different, or somebody from Texas has a different accent. The same happens with Colombians, Oh, sorry, in Colombia, in Spanish, people from Costa de Colombia, from the Caribbean, they have a different accent, different expressions in the Pacific as well, in the center of the country. So slang in general is kind of different everywhere. That's why slang is very difficult to be learned. We try. So these four differences, we are going to go over one different with you guys. That is the vocabulary, the first one. Let's discuss that. I have here 5 words that are normally used in American English. You know, yeah, we have apartment, vacation, sweater, yeah, cookie, and soccer. Can you say the equivalence? I'll give you 2 minutes. Let me see. Let me see if you know the equivalence of this. Joanna says that the accent and the slang depends on the region. You're totally right. You're totally right. Okay. So what are the equivalents of these words in British English? Remember, we're talking about the vocabulary. On the vocabulary today, we will talk a little about pronunciation in the future. Okay, so I'm waiting for your answers, guys. How would a person in London say apartment? They wouldn't say apartment. They would say another word. They would use another word. BB goes for condominium. Okay, BB. Okay, thank you, thank you. You can guess. You can guess. Okay, Rosa has a word that is flat. Maybe she's right. I don't know. Ida says flat. Okay, good. All right. What about the other? David says holidays. I mind holidays is for vacation, for soccer, football. Okay, Anderson, thank you. You got two out of five. That's good. If you don't remember anything else, that's good. Alex has 5 words. Thank you, Alex. Man, how do you know that? How do you know all that? Yeah, very good, very good. So we have some words there, some words. For apartment, we have flat. That's the British word. Uh, uh, why don't we go to my flat? My British accent is not the best. Why don't we go to my flat? All right, flat apartment. For vacation, say, oh, holiday. Yeah. What are you doing on the holiday? Yeah, holiday. For sweater, you will say jumper. Oh, that's a nice jumper. That is a very nice jumper. All right. For cookie, you will say biscuit. You know, biscuit. Oh, I really want a biscuit. You say, oh, you want a cookie? All right, good, 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 very good. And for soccer, that this is very famous, you would say football. Yeah, as Anderson pointed out. Yeah, biscuits, David. Good, good, excellent. Very good. So we have here some differences between American, the way American would say it, elevator, lift. Anderson, thank you for that. When I say find out more, is look for more. Is the way you can practice this. As to say soccer, football. Yeah. So in if you are in Cambridge, you wouldn't say I want to play some soccer. No, I want to play some football. Yeah, football. All right, very good. Yeah, some difference between American and British English. All right, good. And next class we will talk a little about the pronunciation of some words that might be tricky. Yeah. Pullover, Rafa. Yes, I have heard that word. Pullover is also a word that you can use. Pullover. Yeah. But jumper, I would say, is a little more common. But you can use pullover. Yeah, which is another type of sweater. Alex, okay, Alex seems to know the difference. Can you tell us the difference? If you can write the difference. For me, they are pretty much, well, for men, I'm sorry, no, well, I mean, in general, for me, I was going to say generalize. For me, like the colors are the same colors, for me, something that is red. There are people say, oh, that's another different red is, um, currency. I don't know. They have different names. So Alex says the neck. The pullover is a neck. It's a neck thing. So it's a V neck, a sweater, maybe. So maybe the jumper has a different. Like for example, Anna, for me, vino tinto is just color red. With a different name. Or green, and some people says that it's emerald green. Something like that. So the same. Well, a pullover so makes a difference. Thank you, Alex. I think what is nice about these things is that normally the contest would help you. Yeah, will help you to play with the words. Okay. Yeah. So V-neck is a jumper. The normal neck or neck is the pullover. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you for that. Good. Good. Very good. So don't forget this. And just to finish, we have like 3 minutes just to finish. Remember, we will talk about more differences in pronunciation of American and British English in another class. All right. Just to finish, I have the idiom of the week. Yeah, yeah. Remember last Monday we talked about walk on clouds, walk on the sky or something like that. And today we have out of this word, and we have an example there. Your chocolate cake is just out of this world. Okay, out of this world. What does that mean? Out of this world. All right. When you say, oh, that movie is out of this world, or that uh, lobster is out of this world. What's the meaning of out of this world? Rosa, in Spanish, you say del otro mundo, del otro mundo. All right. The literal expression would be, Ida says, better than anything else, superlative, Thank you, Alex. Better than anything else you have tried, Alexander. Very good. When something is wonderful or insane, I like that word, Ida. Yeah, the best, the most delicious, whatever, the most delicious I've ever eaten. Thank you, Anderson, for that statement. What a nice statement. And you guys are right. Yeah, when you say that something is out of this world, it means that it's extremely good. Extremely good. Okay. Something amazing, Yeah, something amazing. Eh, eh, in Spanish, sometimes we say del otro mundo, I think, something unusual, say, I've heard, some of my students that are younger than me, they said, and now they said something like in Spanish, they said, una cosa loca. I mean, that means that it's wow, it's superior. So I say, oh, teacher, that movie is una cosa loca, something, that is extremely good, extremely good. And that's exactly what out of this world. Hey, Carol, what a nice statement. Carol says my mother's ajiaco. You move that on the other say it's out of this world. Very good. It's like my mother's beans. Oh my God, they are out of this world. Yeah, yeah, very good. It's just the something like that. Okay, good. Very good, guys. That's everything I had for the class today. I hope you keep on working on your English. You keep on joining us, on Mondays, 5 p.m., the Consulate of Houston in Texas, the program Colombia nos une, Centro Cultural Colombo Americano. This teacher, your teacher, Willie S., is here for you every Monday at 5 p.m. Thank you so much for attending. Remember to invite your friends. Remember to check the classes on Facebook, in the page of Colombia nos une. And that's pretty much for today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Keep practicing. Keep learning. Yeah. And I will see